Do you feel drained by people who always seem to bring you down? Have you ever thought that if you can't change them, you might need to change the way you react? Are you living in constant anxiety and stress because of toxic people around you? The truth is, you don't have to put up with this any longer. Surely, you've heard the saying, your happiness is not dependent on others. But how do you stay peaceful when toxic people are constantly trying to invade your life? Today, in this video, Wisdom Daily will share with you 8 simple strategies to deal with toxic people and take back control of your life. If you're ready to change how you deal with negativity, now is the time to begin. Lesson 1. Forgive, but don't forget. Have you ever felt like anger and resentment are holding you back, like an invisible chain preventing you from moving forward? Forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength. When someone hurts you, holding on to anger only keeps you chained to the past. Forgiveness is a way to free yourself from resentment so that you are no longer affected by their actions. It's not about excusing their wrongdoings. It's your choice to regain peace of mind. Forgiveness is a powerful act because it requires you to rise above your emotions and choose not to let negative feelings control your life. When you forgive, you're not only freeing the other person, but you're also freeing yourself from negative emotions. You don't have to keep living with that anger, and forgiveness will help you move forward in life. Think about Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison under apartheid. After his release, instead of holding on to anger and hatred, he forgave and chose to build a peaceful South Africa. His forgiveness not only helped the country overcome its painful past, but also made him stronger and more liberated than ever. Forgiveness did not make him weak. On the contrary, it helped him become a symbol of strength and courage. From forgiveness to learning. But forgiveness does not mean forgetting. That's where the difference lies. Forgiveness helps you move forward, but not forgetting is important so you don't repeat the same mistakes. Forgiving doesn't mean you overlook the lessons from the past. In fact, when you forgive, you need to remember what happened to learn from it, so you won't allow yourself to be hurt again. In a relationship, you may have been betrayed. You can forgive the person, but don't forget the lesson of choosing whom you can trust. Forgiveness will help you release your anger, but remembering the lesson helps you grow and prevents you from being hurt again. So, forgiveness is not weakness. It is a powerful way to reclaim control of your life. When you forgive, you open a new door for yourself, and by combining it with learning from the past, you will never face that pain again. Next, we will discuss how to protect yourself from the toxicity of others by setting clear boundaries. Lesson 2. Limit their access. Have you ever felt exhausted because the people around you are always demanding too much from you? Whether it's family, friends, or colleagues, are you allowing them to take up too much space in your life? The power to control your life. We often have the tendency to want to please everyone, even those closest to us. However, this can leave you feeling drained emotionally and physically. Remember, you don't have to allow anyone, whether family or friends, to have unconditional access to your life. People around you can only influence you if you allow them to do so. Imagine you have an old friend who constantly calls to complain about their life, making you feel exhausted after every conversation. Although you want to help, you realize that every conversation not only doesn't help, but also weighs you down more. If you don't set a boundary and refuse to participate in these negative conversations, you won't be able to maintain peace in your own life. Creating a safe space for yourself. When you don't set boundaries, you easily allow others to invade your emotional space. This can lead to feelings of stress, anxiety, and energy depletion. To protect your mental health, setting boundaries is crucial. You need to know how to say no when you feel a relationship is becoming more of a burden rather than a positive support. The meaning of boundaries. Boundaries don't mean cutting off all relationships. It means clearly defining the extent to which you can tolerate. It's your way of protecting yourself from negativity and relationships that no longer add value to your life. Remember, you don't have to endure things that hurt you just because you're afraid of upsetting others. Example: in a family relationship, you may have a relative who constantly criticizes and judges you, making you feel inadequate. Continuing this relationship without establishing clear boundaries may leave you feeling drained and unable to grow. Instead of continuing to tolerate this, create a healthy distance. You can still love them, but don't have to let them dominate your emotional space. Establishing boundaries helps protect your inner peace, and this is one of the most important strategies for maintaining healthy relationships. When you start refusing to participate in negativity and only keep relationships that bring value, you are gradually creating a better living environment for yourself. Next, we will explore another strategy to protect yourself from toxicity, using humor to ease tension. Lesson 3. Use humor to diffuse toxicity. Have you ever found yourself caught up in negative conversations where everything is filled with tension and conflict? Is there a way to calm down the situation without engaging in the battle? Humor helps weaken toxicity. Toxicity can come from those around you, leaving you feeling stressed and drained. However, one powerful tool you can use to ease the tension is humor. Humor not only lightens the mood, but also allows you to show that you are unaffected by negative words or actions. When you learn to look at things humorously, you protect yourself from toxicity while also creating a more positive space for those around you. Imagine you're working with a colleague who always has a negative attitude, constantly criticizing and talking bad about others. One day, when they start criticizing your work, instead of reacting angrily, you might say, "Looks like I need to hire a PR team for my work." This light-hearted remark, though not too serious, helps diffuse the tension immediately and turns the tense situation into a more casual conversation. The person will realize they can't get under your skin, and they'll likely reconsider how they approach you. Using humor skillfully. While humor can be a powerful tool, it's important to use it wisely. Don't let humor become sarcasm or an attack on the other person, as this can lead to an unwanted confrontation. The goal here is to stay calm and not allow the negativity from others to affect you. For example, during a meeting, a colleague may continuously criticize your work. Instead of getting angry or reacting harshly, you can smile and say, "I guess I should run this plan by you before presenting it." This way, you're using humor to protect yourself without escalating the situation. Humor in this case eases the tension and shows confidence, not letting the criticism shake you. The benefits of humor. Humor isn't just a way to relieve stress in tense situations, but it's also a fantastic tool to maintain control in toxic relationships. When you know how to approach things with a positive, light-hearted attitude, not only do you protect your emotions, but you also create a more pleasant and harmonious atmosphere for everyone around you. As you can see, humor is a powerful tool to keep your composure in stressful situations. When you use humor skillfully, you not only protect yourself from toxicity, but also help create a more positive environment. Next, we will explore another important strategy to protect yourself from negativity: knowing when to walk away. Lesson 4. Know when to walk away. Have you ever felt trapped in a relationship where negativity and toxicity continue to drag on, and you don't know when to stop? Leaving is not giving up. One of the biggest misconceptions in life is thinking that walking away is giving up. Especially in relationships, many people feel that leaving is a failure. However, the truth is that walking away can be a strong and self-respecting action. Sometimes, we need to know when to stop in order to protect ourselves. If you keep trying to maintain a toxic relationship just because you don't want to lose, you're putting yourself in a never-ending loop with no way out. Think of a situation in a friendship. You have a friend who always makes you feel bad every time you're around. They constantly criticize you, put you down, and make you feel like you're never good enough. You've tried everything to change them, but nothing improves. At this point, continuing the relationship is not loyalty, but self-destruction. Walking away in this case is not giving up, but an act of protecting yourself from unnecessary negativity. Knowing when to step back helps you maintain peace. Every relationship has the power to affect your mood and life, especially in romantic or friendship relationships. If you don't know when to step back, you'll easily get caught up in the other person's negativity. Knowing when to give up on a toxic relationship is an important skill to maintain mental peace and not let toxicity disrupt your life. In a romantic relationship, you might have invested a lot of time and emotions into your partner, but they disrespect you, constantly making you feel insecure and unappreciated. Even though you love them, if you continue to stay in that relationship, you will lose your self-respect and happiness. Stepping away in this case is a way to reclaim your peace and freedom. Leaving is not failure. It is a victory in protecting yourself from unnecessary suffering. The benefits of stepping away. When you know when to leave, you not only protect your mental health, but also create opportunities for personal growth. Relationships are not always a battle to maintain. Sometimes, stepping back is the wise choice to find peace again and open the door for healthier, more positive relationships. Knowing when to walk away is an important skill that helps you maintain peace in your life. When you choose to step out of toxic relationships, you're creating space for personal development and seeking healthier connections. Next, we will explore another strategy to protect yourself from negativity, surrounding yourself with uplifting people. Lesson 5. Surround yourself with uplifting people. Have you ever felt like you're sinking in negativity and can't find the motivation to keep moving forward? Are the people around you helping lift you up or dragging you down? Positive people help you grow. No one can go far without support from those around them. You are a product of the people you spend time with, and positive people can have a powerful influence, helping you grow every day. These people don't just listen to you, they push you to achieve higher goals, helping you view life through a more optimistic lens. They are your motivation, not just supporting you through difficulties, but encouraging you to tap into your potential. Imagine you have a close friend who always inspires you. When you feel tired, they are the ones who encourage you to keep going. They never make you feel alone in your struggle and always remind you that you can overcome any challenge. People like this help you not only maintain faith in yourself, but also spark the confidence to challenge yourself and pursue your dreams. Seek and maintain positive relationships. Surrounding yourself with positive people doesn't just help you grow, it also protects your mental and emotional well-being. When you interact with people who always see life through an optimistic lens, you'll find that every hardship can be overcome and every problem can be solved. These relationships bring fresh energy, helping you cope with stress and pressure in life. At work, if you have a colleague who always shares creative ideas and encourages you to grow in your career, you will find that work no longer feels like a burden. Positive relationships like this will not only make you feel happier every day, but also help you achieve more. Don't let toxic relationships drag you down. Instead, seek out those who can help you maintain your spirit and motivation. The benefits of maintaining positive relationships. When you surround yourself with positive people, you'll notice a significant improvement in your mental health. These people help you solve problems wisely without getting caught up in negative emotions. As a result, you not only feel calmer, but also gain the drive to pursue your dreams and goals. By surrounding yourself with uplifting people, you not only have a support network, but also create a positive environment in which you can thrive. Next, we will explore another strategy to protect yourself from toxicity: refusing to engage in the games of toxic people and maintaining control over your life. Lesson 6. Refuse to engage in their games. Have you ever felt like you were pulled into a conversation or situation that you knew wasn't beneficial to you? The people around you, especially toxic ones, may try to drag you into meaningless battles, disrupting your life. So, how do you avoid getting caught up in their games? Toxic people will try to pull you into drama. We all know that there are people around us who always seem to stir up endless arguments, gossip, or even emotional manipulation. These people thrive in chaos and will try to pull you into it. That's how they keep your attention and control over you. When you allow them to lead, you easily get caught up in pointless conflicts, wasting energy without achieving anything positive. Remember, you don't have to participate in their game. Every time you get pulled into an argument, you are letting them take control of your time, energy, and peace. Therefore, knowing how to say no is a vital strategy in maintaining control over your life. Imagine you have a colleague who always seeks to cause trouble and stir things up at work. Every time there's a small issue, they turn it into a storm, making you feel compelled to join the argument. But instead of diving into the debate, you could respond gently, saying, "I don't think this is a conversation I want to participate in right now." This response not only helps you avoid drama, but also shows your self-control and decisiveness. You have asserted your control without getting dragged into negativity. Knowing how to say no helps protect you from manipulation. When you refuse to engage in arguments or drama, you're protecting yourself from being emotionally manipulated. Toxic people often try to pull you into conflicts so they can control your emotions and reactions. Every time you engage in their drama, you are essentially giving them power. But when you refuse to participate, you maintain your independence and emotional control. You might have a close friend who constantly tries to make you feel guilty or pulls you into exhausting situations. They may ask for your help with problems you can't solve, and you feel pressured. Instead of helping endlessly, you can firmly yet politely decline, saying, "I'd really like to help, but right now I can't because I have my own issues to deal with." This way of saying no not only protects you, but also helps the other person understand that they cannot manipulate you. The benefits of refusing: when you learn to refuse to engage in other people's games, you'll feel lighter, less stressed, and more focused on what truly matters in your life. You're creating a healthier environment where negativity has no place and you can grow without being hindered. Refusing to engage in drama is a crucial step in protecting your peace and maintaining control over your life. When you don't let others manipulate you, you assert your autonomy and create a positive environment. Next, we'll explore another strategy to help you stay calm and move forward, keeping your focus on your goals. Lesson 7. Keep your focus on your goals. Have you ever found yourself drawn into meaningless arguments or distracted by the negativity around you? Is there a way to maintain your focus on what truly matters without being sidetracked? Focusing on your goals helps protect you from negativity. One of the most powerful ways to protect yourself from the influence of others is by focusing on your own goals. When you are clear about your objectives and direction in life, you won't easily be shaken by the negativity of those around you. Criticism, conflicts, or judgments from others will no longer have the same impact on you. You'll know that you have a clear path to follow, and the things that don't matter will simply serve as distractions. Imagine you're working hard to earn an important certification for your career, but you have a friend who constantly makes you feel inadequate, or a colleague who often criticizes your work. If you don't focus on your goals, you'll easily get lost in these negative comments. However, when you make your career and that certification your main goal, you won't let others' criticism demotivate you. You'll understand that your goal is more important than any negativity around you. Focusing on what matters helps you grow and progress. When you focus your attention on what truly matters to you, you no longer have time or energy for pointless arguments or unrelated issues. This helps you grow stronger every day and maintain progress. You'll notice that you're moving forward despite the many distractions that may try to pull you away. Keeping your focus on important matters is a way to stay sharp and always keep your eyes on the goal. You've probably heard of successful people like Steve Jobs, who always focused on developing groundbreaking products, despite the criticism and doubt from those around him. Jobs didn't let negativity affect his career. When you put your goals first, you'll gain the confidence and motivation to overcome any obstacles. Staying sharp amidst distractions. In life, there will always be distractions from people who don't understand your goals. Sometimes, you might feel exhausted from explaining or defending your objectives. However, when you are clear about what you want to achieve, you won't let these distractions take you off course. You'll understand that people who don't share your vision have no right to change your direction. When you maintain focus on your goals, you won't be pulled into unnecessary issues and will be able to make steady progress each day. Keeping your focus not only helps you avoid negativity from others, but also helps you grow as a person. Next, we'll explore another important strategy to maintain inner peace: avoiding gossiping about others. Lesson 8. Avoid gossiping about them. Have you ever found yourself participating in conversations that left you feeling heavy and uncomfortable just because you spent time gossiping about someone else? Does gossiping about toxic people actually help you in any way? Gossiping about toxic people only fuels negativity. When you engage in gossip about others, especially toxic people, you're unintentionally feeding the negativity. This not only exhausts you mentally, but also keeps them alive in your mind. Every time you talk about them, whether to vent frustration or to feel satisfied, you're allowing them to dominate space in your life, even when they're no longer present. Imagine you have a colleague who always makes you feel inadequate, constantly putting you in a position where you have to prove yourself. After a long day at work, instead of finding ways to solve the issue, you and another colleague end up gossiping about their actions. Every time this happens, whether you want it or not, their negativity lingers in your mind. You're letting them control your emotions, even if that's not your intention. Think of a story from everyday life. You and a group of friends are hanging out, and someone begins criticizing a mutual friend. At first, you just want to vent, but the more you gossip, the angrier and more upset you become. In reality, the more you talk about them, the more you allow them to affect your emotions, and the more they take up space in your mind. This gossip, even though temporary, creates a chain of negativity that lingers in your life. Refusing to participate in gossip helps you maintain clarity. Refusing to engage in gossip is a great strategy for protecting yourself from negativity. When you choose not to participate, you not only keep your integrity intact, but also preserve your self-respect. By not joining in on fruitless conversations, you avoid being sucked into the negative spiral created by others. You'll realize that when you stop speaking negatively about others, you won't carry that resentment or negative energy anymore. Imagine you're in a group of friends and someone starts criticizing a mutual friend. Instead of joining in on the conversation, you can gently change the subject or simply remain silent. In doing so, you protect yourself from being dragged into pointless arguments and prevent yourself from being affected by negativity. By refusing to engage, you also send the message that you don't want to waste time on negativity. The benefits of refusing to engage in gossip. When you stop gossiping about others, you not only clear your mind of negative thoughts, but also create a healthier environment around you. You won't feel heavy, angry, or upset by trivial matters. This helps you maintain inner peace and protect your mental health, allowing you to stay focused on what truly matters in life. Refusing to participate in gossip not only helps protect you from negativity, but also creates a healthier living space. When you don't let others pull you into meaningless stories, you preserve your clarity and feel much lighter. Next, we'll explore another strategy to maintain peace and move forward, keeping your focus on your goals. So, in today's video, we've explored 8 simple strategies to deal with toxic people and protect the peace in our lives. We've learned how to forgive to free ourselves from resentment, how to set boundaries to protect our emotions, and how to use humor to maintain calm in stressful situations. More importantly, we've understood that dealing with toxic people doesn't always mean changing them, but changing how we respond and protect ourselves. Remember, when you know when to walk away, refuse to engage in negative games, and surround yourself with positive people, you are creating a healthier living environment for yourself. Every day, you can make progress, grow, and maintain peace of mind by applying these strategies. Life isn't always easy, but you always have the power to choose how you react to what happens around you. You don't have to let others control your life. Be the one to take charge of your own journey. And remember, every small step you take today, whether it's forgiving or setting boundaries, is helping you become a better version of yourself. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with those you think might need advice on overcoming toxicity in their lives. What do you think about maintaining inner peace in a world full of negativity? Leave a comment below the video so we can share strategies and personal experiences together. Join Wisdom Daily to build a more peaceful and empowered life, step by step. Thank you for watching the video, and don't forget to come back to us in the next videos to continue exploring powerful and positive philosophies of life. Wishing you strength and peace on your journey.